Refueling truck is on its way.
Runway, awareness,
Please don't load
okay.
aircraft until the fuel truck
Meters.
arrives and asked to do it. Catering vehicles are on their way. Fuel truck is in position. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and asked to do it.
Obok 2 Mike departure, Squawk 5235, Lufthansa 920.
Lufthansa 920, read back correct. Contact ground 121.755 when ready for push or start.
Ground 121.755 when ready, Lufthansa 920.
Qatari 46 Romeo Heavy, IFR to Hamad Airport.
Qatari 46 Romeo Heavy, Frankfurt delivery, expect runway 25 center, Fox 1 Quebec departure. Squawk 3161.
FKS1 Quebec departure. Squawk 3161, Qatari 46 Romeo Heavy.
Qatari 46 Romeo Heavy, read back correct. Contact ground 121.755 when ready for push or start.
Ground 121.755 when ready, Qatari 46 Romeo Heavy.
Lufthansa 334, ready to copy IFR clearance to Cappuccino Airport.
Lufthansa 334, Frankfurt delivery, expect runway 25 center, Sind 4 Foxtrot departure. Squawk 1000.
Sin 4 Foxtrot departure, Squawk 1000, Lufthansa 334.
Lufthansa 334, read back correct. Contact ground 121.855 when ready for push or start.
Boarding requested.
Ground 121.855, when ready for pushback or engine start. Lufthansa 334, have a good evening.
Lufthansa 920, request taxi to the active.
Meine Damen und Herren, herzlich willkommen bei uns an Bord. Bitte nutzen Sie zum Verstauen des
Lufthansa
Handgepäcks auf dem Platz
920,
unter
runway
dem
25
Vordersitz
center,
außer
taxi
in der
via
ersten Reihe
November,
und
November
in
4,
Bonusgleis
Lima,
2. Vielen
Lima
Dank.
3.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Runway
welcome
25
aboard.
center, taxi
Please
via
also
November,
use the
November
space
4,
under the seats
Lima,
in front
Lima
of you
3,
for storing your hand
Lufthansa
luggage, unless
920.
you're sitting in the first row on an emergency exit row. Thank you.
Lufthansa 920, hold position for traffic, I'll call you back.
Hold position for traffic, Lufthansa 920.
All aircraft be advised, information Golf now current, QNH
Passengers boarding
1031.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Finnair 1 Lima Papa, Stan 109er, request pushback.
Finnair 1 Lima Papa, Frankfurt apron, pushback approved, face west.
Pushback approved, face west, Finnair 1 Lima Papa.
Evening. This way, please. This way. Guten Abend. Darf ich Ihren Bordpass sehen? Darf ich Ihren Bordpass sehen? Guten Abend. Welcome on board. May I see your boarding pass, sir? Karte bitte?
Lufthansa 920, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, Lufthansa 920.
Good evening.
Qatari 46 Romeo Heavy, Frankfurt apron, pushback approved. Face east.
Hello.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face east, Qatari 46 Romeo Heavy.
Board passing.
Finnair 1 Lima Papa, request taxi.
Hello.
Finnair 1 Lima Papa, runway 25 center taxi via November 1, Lima 1, Lima 3.
This way.
Runway 25 center taxi via November 1, Lima 1, Lima 3, Finnair 1, Lima Papa.
Hello. Hello. Willkommen an Bord. This way.
Finnair 1 Lima Papa, hold position for traffic. I'll call you back.
To here.
Hold position, Finnair 1 Lima Papa.
Evening.
Lufthansa 920, contact Frankfurt Tower 118.78.
Contact Tower 118.78, Lufthansa 920.
Finnair 1 Lima Papa, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, Finnair 1 Lima Papa.
Qatari 46 Romeo Heavy, ready to taxi to the active.
Qatari 46 Romeo Heavy, runway 25 center taxi via November 4, Lima, Lima 3.
Runway 25 center taxi via November 4, Lima, Lima 3, Qatari 46 Romeo Heavy.
Meine Damen und Herren, herzlich
Finnair 1
willkommen bei
Lima
uns an
Papa,
Bord.
contact
Bitte
Frankfurt
nutzen Sie
Tower
zum Verstauen des Handgepäcks auf den Platz
118.78.
unter dem Vordersitz, außer in
Contact
der
Tower
ersten Reihe und in den Notausgangsreihen. Vielen
118.78,
Dank.
Finnair 1 Lima Papa.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. Please also use the space under the seats in front of you for storing your hand luggage, unless you're sitting in the first row or an emergency exit row. Thank you. Boarding completed.
Qatari 46 Romeo Heavy, contact Frankfurt Tower 118.78.
Contact Tower 118.78, Qatari 46 Romeo Heavy, have a good evening.
Are you ready for the departure brief?
Go ahead.
Okay, the newest weather shows good conditions. We'll plan to push and start for a 2-engine taxi. There are no hot spots along our taxi route. It will be a left seat takeoff, and no need for radar today. We'll plan for a reduced thrust takeoff. Prior to V1, for any master warning, engine fire, or failure that will prevent the aircraft from flying safely, we'll abort and stop on the runway. After V1, we'll take it flying and deal with it in the air and plan to come back here. Any questions?
No questions.
Okay, that completes the brief. Cockpit preparation checklist.
Gear pins and covers.
Removed.
Fuel quantity.
7,414 kilograms.
Seatbelt.
On.
Adheres.
Nav.
Borrow ref.
1031 set.
1031 set. Cockpit preparation checklist completed.
Vistara 028 Heavy at stand 9er, request pushback. Vistara 028 Heavy Frankfurt apron, pushback approved. Face south. Pushback and engine start approved. Face south. Vistara 028 Heavy.
Lufthansa 1 Mike Foxtrot at stand 24, request pushback and engine start.
Lufthansa 1 Mike Foxtrot Frankfurt apron, pushback approved. Face southwest.
Pushback approved. Face southwest. Lufthansa 1 Mike Foxtrot.
Iberia 31 Victor Whiskey at stand 118, request pushback and engine start. Iberia 31 Victor Whiskey, Frankfurt apron, pushback and engine start approved. Face west. Pushback approved, face west, Iberia 31 Victor Whiskey. Vistara 028 Heavy, ready to taxi to the active. Vistara 028 Heavy, runway 25 center taxi via November 1, Lima 3. Runway 25 center taxi via November 1, Lima 3, Vistara 028 Heavy. Lufthansa 07 Kilo, stand 54, request pushback and engine start. Lufthansa 07 Kilo, Frankfurt apron, hold position for company traffic. Hold position for traffic, Lufthansa 07 Kilo.
Lufthansa 1 Mike Foxtrot request taxi.
Lufthansa 1 Mike Foxtrot, runway 25 center taxi via November 7, Lima 3.
Runway 25 center taxi via November 7, Lima, Lima 3, Lufthansa 1 Mike Foxtrot.
Lufthansa 07 Kilo, Frankfurt upon, pushback approved, face west.
Pushback approved, face west, Lufthansa 07 Kilo.
Vistara 028 Heavy, contact Frankfurt Tower 118.78.
Contact Tower 118.78, Vistara 028 Heavy, bye-bye.
Iberia 31 Victor Whiskey, taxi for departure.
Iberia 31 Victor Whiskey, runway 25 center taxi via Lima, Lima 1, Lima 3.
Runway 25 center taxi via Lima, Lima 1, Lima 3, Iberia 31 Victor Whiskey.
Iberia 31 Victor Whiskey, contact Frankfurt Tower 118.78, bye-bye.
Contact Tower 118.78, Iberia 31 Victor Whiskey.
Lufthansa 07 Kilo, taxi for departure.
Lufthansa 07 Kilo, runway 25 center taxi via November 8, November 7, Lima, Lima 3.
Runway 25 center taxi via November 8, November 7, Lima, Lima 3, Lufthansa 07 Kilo. Lufthansa 3 Lima Juliet, stand 151, request pushback.
Lufthansa 3 Lima Juliet, Frankfurt upon, hold position for company traffic, I'll call you back.
Hold position for traffic, Lufthansa 3 Lima Juliet.
Lufthansa 3 Lima Juliet, Frankfurt apron, pushback and engine start approved, face east.
Pushback and engine start approved, face east, Lufthansa 3 Lima Juliet.
Lufthansa 1 Mike Foxtrot, contact Frankfurt Tower 118.78.
Over to Tower 118.78, Lufthansa 1 Mike Foxtrot. Lufthansa 3 Lima Juliet, ready to taxi to the active.
Lufthansa 3 Lima Juliet, runway 25 center taxi via November 7, Lima, Lima 3.
Runway 25 center taxi via November 7, Lima, Lima 3, Lufthansa 3 Lima Juliet. Oman Air 116 Heavy, stand 5, request pushback and engine start.
Lufthansa 07 Kilo, contact Frankfurt Tower 118.78, bye-bye.
Over to Tower 118.78, Lufthansa 07 Kilo.
Oman Air 116 Heavy, Frankfurt apron, pushback and engine start approved. Face east.
Pushback approved, face east, Oman Air 116 Heavy.
Lufthansa 3 Lima Juliet, contact Frankfurt Tower 118.78, have a good evening.
Over to Tower 118.78, Lufthansa 3 Lima Juliet. Oman Air 116 Heavy, taxi for departure.
Oman Air 116 Heavy, runway 25 center taxi via November 1, Lima 3.
Runway 25 center taxi via November 1, Lima 3, Oman Air 116 Heavy.
Lufthansa 334 at stand 38. Request pushback and engine start.
Lufthansa 334, Frankfurt apron, pushback and engine start approved. Face west.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face west, Lufthansa 334.
Before start checklist.
Parking brake.
Set.
Takeoff speeds and thrust.
V1 150 BR 150 V2 154 flex temp 6 degrees.
V1 150 VR 150 VDA 154 flex temp 6 degrees. Windows.
Close.
Beacon.
On.
Before start checklist completed.
Due to icing conditions, locking standby for engine start until push is completed and brakes are set. Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push is completed and brakes are set.
Starting engine 2.
Okay.
Cabin crew, all doors in flight.
Cathay 3066 Heavy, request pushback and engine start.
Cathay 3066 Heavy, Frankfurt apron, pushback and engine start approved. Face west.
Pushback approved, face west, Cathay
Meine
3066
Damen und Herren,
Heavy.
ich begrüße Sie auch ganz herzlich an Bord unseres A320. Zusammen mit meinen Kollegen bin ich für den Kabinenservice heute verantwortlich. Schneiden Sie sich jetzt bitte an und ziehen Sie Ihren Sitzgurt
Oman
fest.
Air 116
Schalten Sie
Heavy,
jetzt auch
runway
bitte alle
25 center
Mobiltelefone
taxi
und
via
andere Geräte
November
mit
1,
Funktion entweder
Lima
in
1,
den Flugmodus
Lima
oder
3.
vollständig aus.
Runway
Weitere
25 center
Informationen
taxi via November
finden Sie im Lufthansa-Magazin. Gemeinsam mit meinen Kolleginnen und Kollegen wünsche ich Ihnen nun einen angenehmen Aufenthalt.
Starting engine 1.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to add my
China
welcome
Freight
to that of our
1014
captain.
Heavy. Request
Together with my
pushback and
colleagues,
engine
I will
start.
be responsible for the cabin service on your flight today.
Air China
Please
Freight
fasten your seatbelt
1014
now
Heavy,
and pull it tight.
Frankfurt apron,
Please make
pushback
certain
and
that your
engine
mobile
start
phones
approved.
and all other
Face
electronic
north.
devices with transmission functions are either switched to
Pushback and
flight
engine
mode
start
or switched
approved.
off
Face north.
completely.
Air China Freight
If you would like to
1014
know
Heavy.
more about using electronic devices on board, please read the information in your Lufthansa magazine. My colleagues and I, we hope to make your stay with us pleasant and a relaxing one. Thank you.
Lufthansa 884 at stand 11 request pushback.
Meine Damen und Herren,
Lufthansa 884, Frankfurt apron,
Sicherheit.
pushback approved. Face
Ladies and
southwest.
gentlemen, we would like to acquaint you with our
Pushback and
safety
engine start
procedures.
approved. Face southwest. Lufthansa 884.
Wir zeigen Ihnen jetzt,
Oman
wie
Air
Sie unseren
116 Heavy,
schließen
contact
und wieder
Frankfurt
öffnen
Tower
können.
118.
After start
Seatbelt is
checklist.
fastened and unfastened like this.
Tower 118.
Anti-ice off. Ecom status.
Checked.
Pitch trim.
Sollte der Druck in der Kabine
29% set.
Rudder trim.
Neutral.
After start checklist completed.
Drücken Sie sie dann auf Mund und Nase und streifen Sie das elastische Band über Ihren Kopf. Danach helfen Sie Kindern und Personen, die Hilfe benötigen. In the unlikely event of a loss in cabin pressure, oxygen masks will automatically drop from the panel above you. Pull the mask down fully to stunt the flow of oxygen. Cover your mouth and nose with the mask and secure it by pulling the elastic strap over your head. Then assist any children and people who require assistance. Unter jedem Sitz ist eine Schwimmweste. Auf Anweisung der Crew ziehen Sie die Weste über den Kopf. Führen Sie den vorne angebrachten Gurtarm um Ihre Hüfte und schließen Sie ihn. Ziehen Sie ihn dann fest. Unmittelbar bevor Sie das Flugzeug verlassen, ziehen Sie an dem roten Griff, um die Weste aufzublasen. Wenn Sie das Flugzeug durch ein Notfenster verlassen, blasen Sie die Weste erst außerhalb auf.
Runway 25 center taxi
We
via
have a good engine
Sierra
start.
5 Sierra
You can
11,
disconnect.
Romeo 5 Sierra 7, Mike 7, Mike 6, hold short runway 25 left.
There is a life vest under every seat.
Runway
When
25
instructed
center
to do
taxi
so by
via
the
Sierra
cabin crew,
15, Sierra
pull the vest
11,
over your head.
Romeo
Pass
5,
the band
Sierra
around
7,
your
Mike
waist
7,
once.
Mike
Clear
5,
left
6.
side.
Clear
Hold
right
short
side.
runway
Pull the
25
band
left,
tight.
Cathay
Just
3066
before
Brake
you
heavy.
enter the
check.
aircraft, pull the red tab
Pressure
to inflate
0.
the vest.
Flight control
When the
check.
aircraft
Ready?
turns over wing exit, do not inflate the vest until you are
Full up.
outside
Lufthansa
the aircraft.
884, runway
Full
25
down.
center taxi via November
Neutral.
5,
Tubes to
Lima,
inflate the
Full
vest
left.
or top of the air.
Full right.
25 center taxi via
Neutral.
November 5,
Rudder.
Lima 3,
Full
Lufthansa
left.
884.
Full right.
Lufthansa
Neutral.
884, hold position for traffic, I'll call you back.
Bitte pflegen Sie
Hold position,
die
Lufthansa
Lage
884.
ein. Sie sind mit dem Wort Exit gekennzeichnet.
Air China Freight 1014 Heavy. Request taxi.
Bitte beachten Sie, dass sich der nächstgelegene Notausgang auch hinter Ihnen
Air
befinden
China
kann.
Freight 1014 Heavy,
In your
runway
seat you will
25
find an
center
information
taxi
card
via
explaining
Sierra
the safety
11,
instructions.
Romeo
Please
5
take
Sierra
particular
7,
note of the
Mike
location
7,
of the
Mike
emergency
6,
exits, which are marked with
hold
the word
short runway
exit.
25 left.
Illuminated strips on the floor will guide you to the exits.
Runway 25 center taxi via Sierra 11, Romeo 5 Sierra 7, Mike 7, Mike 6. Hold short runway 25 left, Air China Freight 1014 Heavy.
Meine Damen und Herren, zum Start stellen Sie bitte Ihre Rückenlehnen senkrecht und klappen die Tische zurück.
Lufthansa 334, request taxi to the active.
Zum Start zu öffnen. Wir wünschen Ihnen nun einen guten Flug.
Lufthansa 334,
Ladies and
runway
gentlemen,
25
for
center
takeoff, please
taxi via
ensure that your
November
seat
7,
is in upright
Lima,
position
Lima
and the
3.
table is folded away. Passengers seated at the window
Runway
seat
2,
are
5
kindly
center
asked to
taxi
open the window
via
shades
November
for
7,
takeoff.
Lima,
Thank you
Lima
and
3,
enjoy your flight with us.
Lufthansa 334.
Lufthansa 334, hold position for traffic.
Hold position for traffic, Lufthansa 334.
Sie finden Ihre persönliche Leselampe über Ihrem Sitz. Ladies and gentlemen, we will dim the cabin light now. You find your personal reading light above your seat.
Cathay 3066 Heavy, hold position for traffic.
Hold position for traffic, Cathay 3066 Heavy.
Cathay 3066 Heavy, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, Cathay 3066 Heavy.
Lufthansa 884, continue taxi.
Taxi checklist.
Continue taxi, Lufthansa
Flight
884.
controls.
Checked.
Checked. Flap setting.
Config 2.
Config 2. Radar and predictive wind shear system.
On and auto.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
Ecom memo.
1014 heavy, cross runway 25 left at Lima North, continue
Takeoff,
taxi
no
via
blue.
Romeo
Taxi
5,
checklist
Mike 7,
completed.
Mike 6.
Cross runway 25 left at Lima North. Continue taxi via Romeo 5, Mike 7, Mike 6. Air China Freight 1014 heavy.
Cathay 3066 heavy, hold position for traffic. I'll call you back.
Hold position for traffic, Cathay 3066 heavy.
Cathay 3066 heavy, continue taxi.
Continue taxi, Cathay 3066 heavy.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is now secure for
Lufthansa
takeoff.
62 Juliet at stand 34. Request pushback and engine start.
Lufthansa 62 Juliet, Frankfurt apron, pushback approved. Face west.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face west. Lufthansa 62 Juliet.
Cathay 3066 heavy, cross runway 25 left at Lima North, continue taxi via Romeo 5, Mike 7, Mike 6.
Cross runway 25 left at Lima North. Continue taxi via Romeo 5, Mike 7, Mike 6, Cathay 3066 heavy.
Vistara 026 heavy at stand 5. Request pushback and engine start.
Vistara 026 heavy, Frankfurt apron, pushback and engine start approved. Face west.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face west, Vistara 026 heavy.
Air China Freight 1014 heavy, contact Frankfurt Tower 118.78.
Contact Tower 118.78, Air China Freight 1014 heavy.
Lufthansa 884, contact Frankfurt Tower 118.78.
Contact Tower 118.78, Lufthansa 884. Have a good evening.
All aircraft be advised, information hotel now current, QNH 1031.
Condor 6 Lima Tango Heavy, stand 43, request pushback.
Cathay 3066 heavy, contact Frankfurt Tower 118.78.
Over to Tower 118.78, Cathay 3066 heavy.
Condor 6 Lima Tango heavy, Frankfurt apron, pushback and engine start approved. Face southeast.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face southeast. Condor 6 Lima Tango Heavy.
Lufthansa 62 Juliet ready to taxi to the active.
Lufthansa 62 Juliet, runway 25 center taxi via November 7, Lima 3.
Runway 25 center taxi via November 7, Lima 3, Lufthansa 62 Juliet.
Lufthansa 334, contact Frankfurt Tower 118.78. Have a good evening.
Contact Tower 118.78. Takeoff Lufthansa runway confirmed. 334. Approach path clear of traffic. Cabin crew be seated for takeoff.
Line up checklist.
Takeoff runway.
Runway 25 center confirmed.
Runway 25 center confirmed. TCAS.
TARA.
Packs 1 and 2.
Off.
Lineup checklist completed.
Cathay 3066 heavy, Frankfurt Tower, wind variable, fly heading 070, runway 25 center cleared for takeoff.
Fly heading 070, runway 25 center, cleared for takeoff, Cathay 3066 heavy.
Lufthansa 884.
Lufthansa 334, ready to go. Runway 2.
Lufthansa 884.
Runway 25 center, line up and wait. Lufthansa 884.
Lufthansa 334, number 2 for departure, hold short of 25 center.
Lufthansa 334, number 2 for departure, hold short of 25 center.
Lufthansa 884, Lufthansa 334, number 2 for departure, hold short of 25 center. Lufthansa 334, number 2 for departure, hold short of 25 center. Lufthansa 884, number 2 for departure, hold short of 25 center. Lufthansa 334, number 2 for departure, hold short of 25 center. Lufthansa 884, number 2 for departure, hold short of 25 center. Lufthansa 884, number 2 for departure, hold short of 25 center. Lufthansa 884, number 2 for departure, hold short of 25 center. Lufthansa 884, number 2 for departure, hold short of 25 center. Lufthansa 884, number 2 for departure, hold short of 25 center. Lufthansa 884, number 2 for departure, hold short of 25 center.
Roger, hold short of 25 center for traffic. Lufthansa 334.
Air China Freight 1014 Heavy, contact Langen Radar 120.155.
Contact Langen Radar 120.155, Air China Freight 1014 Heavy.
Vistara 026 Heavy ready for departure, runway 25 center.
Approaching 25 center.
Vistara 026 Heavy, number 1 for departure. Hold short of 25 center.
Affirm, hold short of 25 center, Vistara 026 Heavy.
Cathay 3066 Heavy, contact Langen Radar 120.155.
Contact Langen Radar 120.155, Cathay 3066 Heavy.
Lufthansa 884, Frankfurt Tower, wind variable, runway 25 center, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 25 center, cleared for takeoff, Lufthansa 884.
Lufthansa 334, runway 25 center, line up and wait.
Line up and wait. Runway 25 center. Lufthansa 334.
Condor 6 Lima Tango Heavy, ready to go.
On runway 25 center.
Condor 6 Lima Tango Heavy, number 1 for departure. Hold short of 25 center.
Roger. Hold short of 25 center for traffic. Condor 6 Lima Tango Heavy.
Lufthansa 62 Juliet, hold position for traffic.
Hold position for traffic, Lufthansa 62 Juliet.
Lufthansa 334, Frankfurt Tower, wind variable, runway 25 center, cleared for takeoff.
Takeoff.
Runway check 25 center, cleared for takeoff. Lufthansa 334.
Man flex. 6. SRS runway auto thrust blue.
Checked. Thrust set.
Line up and wait. Runway 25 center. Condor 6 Lima Tango Heavy.
100 knots.
Checked.
Contact Langen Radar 120.155, Lufthansa 884.
Lufthansa 62 Juliet, continue.
V1, rotate.
Continue taxi, Lufthansa 62 Juliet.
Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Lufthansa 62 Juliet, holding short, runway 25 center.
Lufthansa 62 Juliet, number 1 for departure. Hold short of 25 center.
Affirm, hold short of 25 center for traffic.
Packs are on.
Juliet.
Condor 6 Lima Tango Heavy, Frankfurt Tower, wind variable, fly heading 120, runway 25 center, cleared for takeoff.
Fly heading 120, runway 25 center, cleared for takeoff. Condor 6 Lima Tango Heavy.
Lufthansa 62 Juliet, runway 25 center, line up.
Flaps 1.
Speed checked.
Runway
Flaps
25
1.
center, line up and wait, Lufthansa 62 Juliet.
Lufthansa 334, contact Langen Radar 120.155.
Contact Langen Radar 120.155, Lufthansa 334. Langen Radar, Lufthansa 334, good evening, 2,900 feet.
Lufthansa 334, Langen Radar, good evening, identified, climb to flight level 180.
Climb to flight level 180, Lufthansa 334.
Lufthansa 334, maintain 210 knots.
Maintain 210 knots, Lufthansa 334.
Vistara 028, heavy contact Langen Radar 127.6.
Ladies and gentlemen, as turbulence
Contact Langen Radar 127.6, Vistara 028.
Set standard.
Standard cross check, passing flight level. 0, 4, 5.
Flaps 0.
Speed checked. Flaps 0.
Resume normal
Now.
speed, Lufthansa
Checked.
334.
Langen Radar, Condor 6 Lima Tango Heavy, 2,100 feet.
Condor 6 Lima Tango Heavy, Langen radar identified, climb to flight level 170.
Climb to flight level 170, Condor 6 Lima Tango Heavy.
Lufthansa 884, resume normal speed. Resume normal speed, Lufthansa 884. Condor 6 Lima Tango Heavy, resume all navigation.
Roger, resume all navigation, Condor 6 Lima Tango Heavy.
Langen radar, Lufthansa 62 Juliet, good evening, 1,300 feet. Lufthansa 62 Juliet, Langen radar identified, climb to flight level 170. Climb to flight level 170, Lufthansa 62 Juliet. Lufthansa 62 Juliet, resume all navigation. Roger, resume all navigation, Lufthansa 62 Juliet. Lufthansa 920, contact Langen radar 118.75. Contact Langen radar 118.75, Lufthansa 920, bye-bye.
Clear rad nav.
Okay.
Langen radar, Vistara 026 heavy, good evening, 1,000 feet. Vistara 026 heavy, Langen radar identified, climb to flight level 180. Climb to flight level 180, Vistara 026 heavy. Vistara 026 heavy, maintain 200 knots. Maintain 200 knots, Vistara 026 heavy. Vistara 026 heavy, increase speed to 230 knots. Increase speed to 230 knots, Vistara 026 heavy. Lufthansa 334, contact Langen radar 127.6.
Contact Langen radar 127.6, Lufthansa 334. Langen radar, Lufthansa 334, climbing flight level 155 for flight level 180.
Lufthansa 334, Langen radar identified, climb to flight level 370.
Climb to flight level 370, Lufthansa 334.
Langen Radar. Condor 6 Lima Tango Heavy. Flight level 140.
Condor 6 Lima Tango Heavy, Langen radar, identified, climb to flight level 350.
Climb to flight level 350, Condor 6 Lima Tango Heavy.
Langen radar, Wiz Malta 1 X-ray Echo, 4,900 feet.
Wiz Malta 1 X-ray Echo, Langen radar, identified, continue climb to flight level 370.
Continue climb to flight level 370, Wiz Malta 1 X-ray Echo.
Langen radar, Lufthansa 1 Papa Whiskey, flight level 338. Lufthansa 1 Papa Whiskey, Langen radar, identified. Air China 934 Heavy, contact Munich radar 120.65, bye-bye.
Contact Munich radar 120.65, Air China 934 Heavy.
Langen radar, Lufthansa 62 Juliet, flight level 140. Lufthansa 62 Juliet, Langen radar, good evening, identified, climb to flight level 350. Climb to flight level 350, Lufthansa 62 Juliet. Cathay 250 Heavy, contact Prague Center 118.375. Contact Prague Center 118.375, Cathay 250 Heavy. Oman Air 116 Heavy, contact Munich radar 120.65. Contact Munich radar 120.65, Oman Air 116 Heavy. Edelweiss 5 Sierra Foxtrot, Langen radar, expect trailer 2 Alpha, runway 14. Expect trailer 2 Alpha, runway 14, Edelweiss 5 Sierra Foxtrot. Lufthansa 6 Kilo, contact Langen radar 118.75.
Contact Langen radar 118.75, Lufthansa 6 Kilo, have a good evening.
374 Bravo Heavy, Langen Radar, good evening, radar contact, climb to flight level 360.
Climb to flight level 360, Qatari 74 Bravo Heavy.
Langen Radar, Lufthansa 17 Whiskey. Good evening, flight level 131.
Lufthansa 17 Whiskey, Langen Radar, radar contact, climb to flight level 330.
Climb to flight level 330, Lufthansa 17 Whiskey.
Lufthansa 8 Charlie, Langen Radar, expect space 3 Golf, runway 25 left.
Expect space 3 Golf, runway 25 left, Lufthansa 8 Charlie.
Eurowings 3002, contact Bremen radar 125.8. Contact Bremen radar 125.8, Eurowings 3002. Langen radar, Air Belgium 885 Heavy, good evening, flight level 244. Air Belgium 885 Heavy, Langen radar, radar contact, continue climb to flight level 290. Continue climb to flight level 290, Air Belgium 885 Heavy. Turkish 6037 Heavy, contact Munich radar 120.65. Contact Munich radar 120.65, Turkish 6037 Heavy. Edelweiss 5 Sierra Foxtrot, Rilla 2 Alpha, runway 14, report ready for descent. Rilla 2 Alpha, runway 14, ready for descent, Edelweiss 5 Sierra Foxtrot. Edelweiss 5 Sierra Foxtrot, descend to 7,000 feet, QNH 1031. Descend to 7,000 feet, Edelweiss 5 Sierra Foxtrot. Sunturk 1664, contact Munich radar 120.65, bye-bye. Contact Munich radar 120.65, Sunturk 1664. Langen radar, Emirates 6 Hotel November, heavy, good evening, flight level 144. Emirates 6 Hotel November Heavy, Langen radar, radar contact, climb to flight level 330. Climb to flight level 330, Emirates 6 Hotel November Heavy. Air China 934 Heavy, contact Munich radar 120.65, bye-bye.
Contact Munich radar 120.65, Air China 934 Heavy.
Langen radar, Lufthansa 1 Victor, descending via Space 3 Golf, flight level 299. Lufthansa 1 Victor, Langen radar, radar contact. Lufthansa 6 Mike, contact Munich radar 120.65, have a good evening. Contact Munich radar 120.65, Lufthansa 6 Mike. Langen radar, Condor 2290 heavy, flight level 142. Condor 2290 heavy, Langen radar identified, climb to flight level 350. Climb to flight level 350, Condor 2290 heavy. Lufthansa 8 Charlie, descend to 5,000 feet, QNH 1031.
Descend to 5,000 feet, QNH 1031, Lufthansa 8 Charlie.
Lufthansa 3 Lima Juliet, contact Zurich radar 126.225, bye-bye. Contact Zurich radar 126.225, Lufthansa 3 Lima Juliet. Category 30 Golf Heavy, contact Munich radar 120.65, bye-bye. Contact Munich radar 120.65, Qatari 30 Golf Heavy, bye-bye. Lufthansa 334, contact Munich radar 120.65, bye-bye.
Contact Munich radar 120.65, Lufthansa 334. Munich radar, Lufthansa 334, crossing flight level 342 for flight level 370.
Lufthansa 334, Munich radar identified. Ryanair 8, Delta Papa, contact Langen radar 127.6, bye-bye.
Contact Langen radar 127.6, Ryanair 8, Delta Papa.
Berlin 36 November. Bravo. Contact Langen radar 127.6. Have a good evening.
Contact Langen radar 127.6. Berlin 36 November Bravo. Have a good evening.
Air China 934 Heavy, contact Prague Center 118.375.
Contact Prague Center 118.375, Air China 934 Heavy.
$1,000 to go.
Check.
Lufthansa 12 November, resume normal speed. Resume normal speed, Lufthansa 12 November. Radar, Lufthansa 8 Papa uniform, flight level 200. Lufthansa 8 Papa uniform, Munich radar, good evening, identified, climb to flight level 340. Climb to flight level 340, Lufthansa 8 Papa uniform.
Munich radar, with Malta 9 Lima Alpha, flight level 169er.
With Malta 9 Lima Alpha, Munich radar, identified, continue climb to flight level 330.
Continue climb to flight level 330 with Malta 9 Lima Alpha.
Munich radar, Transavia 84 Hotel, flight level 076.
Transavia 84 Hotel, Munich radar. Good evening, radar contact, continue climb to flight level 400.
Continue climb to flight level 400, Transavia 84 Hotel.
6 Mike Mike, contact Munich approach 132.305.
Contact Munich approach 132.305, Lufthansa 6 Mike Mike.
Munich radar Air India 142 Heavy, flight level 390.
Air India 142 Heavy, Munich radar identified.
Munich radar, Condor 6 Lima Tango Heavy, flight level 293.
Condor 6 Lima Tango Heavy, Munich radar, radar contact.
Lufthansa 2 Mike Hotel, descending via Rocky 1 Alpha, flight level 202.
Lufthansa 2 Mike Hotel, Munich radar, radar contact. Tomjet 61 Lima, contact Langen radar, 127.6, have a good evening.
Contact Langen radar 127.6, Tomjet 61 Lima.
Munich radar, Swiss 5 Bravo Whiskey, flight level 278.
Swiss 5 Bravo Whiskey, Munich radar, identified. Ocean 207, contact Langen radar 127.6.
Contact Langen radar 127.6, Ocean 207.
Munich radar, Sun Express 3 Tango. Good evening. Flight level 370.
Sun Express 3 Tango, Munich radar, identified.
Munich radar, Qatari 74 Bravo Heavy. Good evening. Flight level 289er.
Qatari 74 Bravo Heavy, Munich radar, identified.
Munich radar, Ryanair 75 Echo Yankee, flight level 338.
Ryanair 75 Echo Yankee, Munich radar, radar contact, continue climb to flight level 370.
Continue climb to flight level 370, Ryanair 75 Echo Yankee.
Lufthansa 1 Mike Foxtrot, contact Vienna Center 124.4.
Contact Vienna Center 124.4, Lufthansa 1 Mike Foxtrot. Have a good evening.
Luxair 904 Hotel, descend to flight level 070.
Descend to flight level 070, Luxair 904 Hotel.
Lufthansa 334, contact Vienna Center 124.4, have a good evening.
Contact Vienna Center 124.4, Lufthansa 334. Bye-bye. Vienna Center, Lufthansa 334, flight level 370.
Lufthansa 334, Vienna Center identified. Austrian 566, contact Munich radar 120.65. Contact Munich radar 120.65, Austrian 566, have a good evening.
Vienna Center, Air India 142, heavy flight level 3900.
Air India 142 Heavy, Vienna Center identified. Vienna Center, Swiss 8 Charlie Lima, good evening, descending via Neger to Alpha, flight level 301. Swiss 8 Charlie Lima, Vienna Center, radar contact.
Vienna Center, Chanek 72 Tango, good evening, flight level 360.
Chanek 72 Tango, Vienna Center identified.
Vienna Center, Oman Air 116 Heavy, flight level 370.
Oman Air 116 Heavy, Vienna Center, radar contact. Lufthansa 334, contact Milan, radar 124.925, bye-bye.
Contact Milan radar 124.925, Lufthansa 334. Milan radar, Lufthansa 334, good evening, flight level 370.
Lufthansa 334, Milan radar identified.
Milan radar with Air 796, flight level 259.
Wizz 796 Milan radar identified. Continue climb to flight level 350.
Continue climb to flight level 350 with Air 796.
Milan radar, Spinnaker 7204. Good evening, flight level 169.
Spinnaker 7204, Milan radar, radar contact, continue climb to flight level 360.
Continue climb to flight level 360, Spinnaker 7204.
Milan radar, Ryanair 1 X-ray X-ray, flight level 380.
Ryanair 1 X-ray X-ray, Milan radar, radar contact. Spinnaker 7204. Contact Zurich radar 126.225. Bye-bye.
Contact Zurich radar 126.225, Spinnaker 7204.
Ryanair 1 X-ray X-ray, Milan radar. Expect KPT 1 Delta runway 24.
Expect KP 1 Delta, runway 24, Ryanair 1 X-ray X-ray.
Milan radar, Ryanair 6, Quebec Papa, flight level 106.
Ryanair 6 Quebec Papa, Milan radar. Good evening. Identified, continue climb to flight level 390.
Continue climb to flight level 390, Ryanair 6, Quebec Papa.
Ryanair 1 X-ray X-ray, descend to flight level 120.
Descend to flight level 120, Ryanair 1 X-ray X-ray.
Soleil 17 Juliet November, Milan radar. Radar contact.
7125, contact Vienna Center 124.4.
Contact Vienna Center 124.4, following 7125.
Milan radar, Eurocharter 6217, good evening, flight level 339er.
Eurocharter 6217, Milan radar, radar contact.
Milan radar, Eiger 3 Papa Romeo, flight level 360.
Eiger 3, Papa Romeo, Milan radar identified.
Milan radar, Ryanair 3 Whiskey Romeo, flight level 118.
Ryanair 3 Whiskey Romeo, Milan radar, radar contact. Climb to flight level 180.
Climb to flight level 180, Ryanair 3 Whiskey Romeo.
Eurocharter 6217, descend to flight level 150.
Descend to flight level 150, Eurocharter 6217.
Milan radar, Magic Sun 6428, good evening, flight level 128. Magic Sun 6428, Milan radar, radar contact, continue climb to flight level 370. Continue climb to flight level 370, Magic Sun 6428.
Milan radar, Speedbird 61 Heavy, good evening, flight level 370.
Speedbird 61 Heavy, Milan radar identified. Ryanair 26 Whiskey Zulu, contact Ljubljana radar 135.275.
Contact Ljubljana radar 135.275, Ryanair 26 Whiskey Zulu.
Milan radar, Speedbird 61 Heavy, good evening, flight level 330.
Speedbird 61 Heavy, Milan radar, radar contact. Wizz Air 796, contact Vienna Center 124.4.
Contact Vienna Center 124.4 with Air 796.
Milan radar, Ryanair 40 Alfa Romeo, good evening, flight level 289er. Ryanair 40 Alfa Romeo, Milan radar, radar contact, continue climb to flight level 390. Continue climb to flight level 390, Ryanair 40 Alfa Romeo.
Milan radar, Wizz Malta 6 Golf Yankee, flight level 379er.
Wizz Malta 6 Golf Yankee, Milan radar identified. Wizz Malta 6 Golf Yankee, Milan radar, expect level 4 X-ray, runway 35 left.
Expect level 4 X-ray, runway 35 left, Wiz Malta 6 Golf Yankee.
Milan radar, Sky Dubai 4 November Yankee, descending via Osmo 3 Whiskey, flight level 276.
Wiz Malta 6 Golf Yankee, descend to flight level 190.
Descend to flight level 190, Wiz Malta 6 Golf Yankee.
Sky Dubai 4 November Yankee, Milan radar identified.
Milan radar, Wiz Malta 63, flight level 169er.
Wiz Malta 63, Milan radar identified, continue climb to flight level 370.
Continue climb to flight level 370, Wiz Malta 63.
Milan radar with their 909 descending via Sub K2 Alpha flight level 358. With their 909 Milan radar identified. Austrian 9 Alpha Hotel, contact Ljubljana radar 135.275.
Contact Ljubljana radar 135.275, Austrian 9 Alpha Hotel.
Milan radar, Ryanair 9 Sierra Yankee, flight level 109er. Ryanair 9 Sierra Yankee, Milan radar, good evening. Identified, climb to flight level 190. Climb to flight level 190, Ryanair 9 Sierra Yankee. Magic Sun 6428, contact Ljubljana radar 135.275. Contact Ljubljana radar 135.275, Magic Sun 6428, have a good evening. Ryanair 3 Whiskey Romeo, climb to flight level 370.
Climb to flight level 370, Ryanair 3 Whiskey Romeo.
Milan radar, Ryanair 4 X-ray Kilo, flight level 380.
Ryanair 4 X-ray Kilo, Milan radar, radar contact. X-ray Kilo, Milan radar, expect Basu 2 Echo, runway 04 right.
Expect Basu 2 Echo, runway 04 right, Ryanair 4 X-ray Kilo.
Ryanair 4 X-ray Kilo, Basu 2 Echo, runway 04 right, report ready for descent.
Basu 2 Echo, runway 04 right, ready for descent, Ryanair 4 X-ray Kilo.
Ryanair 4 X-ray Kilo, descend to flight level 120.
Descend to flight level 120, Ryanair 4 X-ray Kilo.
Milan radar with Malta 7 Juliet Yankee descending via OTG 2 Echo, flight level 233.
With Malta 7 Juliet Yankee, Milan radar, radar contact.
Milan radar with Malta 49, flight level 155.
With Malta 49, Milan radar, good evening. Radar contact, continue climb to flight level 370.
Continue climb to flight level 370 with Malta 49.
Ryanair 40 Alpha Romeo, contact Rome radar 131.1, have a good evening. Contact Rome radar 131.1, Ryanair 40 Alpha Romeo.
Milan radar, Ryanair 14 Bravo Whiskey, flight level 312.
Ryanair 14 Bravo Whiskey, Milan radar identified.
Milan radar, Eiger 611, flight level 360.
Eiger 611 Milan radar identified. Ryanair 3 Whiskey Romeo, contact Rome radar 131.1.
Contact Rome radar 131.1, Ryanair 3 Whiskey Romeo.
Eiger 3, Papa Romeo Milan radar, expect Niger 2 Alpha, runway 14.
Expect Niger 2 Alpha, runway 14, Eiger 3 Papa Romeo.
Ryanair 9 Sierra Yankee, climb to flight level 380.
Climb to flight level 380, Ryanair 9 Sierra Yankee.
Milan radar with their 544, flight level 340.
With their 544 Milan radar identified. Romeo, descend to flight level 070.
Descend to flight level 070, Eagle 3, Papa Romeo.
Milan radar, Sky Moldova 484, flight level 192.
Sky Moldova 484, Milan radar, good evening radar contact, continue climb to flight level 350.
Continue climb to flight level 350, Sky Moldova 484.
Bravo Whiskey contact Zagreb radar 124.85.
Contact Zagreb radar 124.85, Ryanair 14 Bravo Whiskey. Have a good evening.
131.1, bye-bye.
Contact Rome radar 131.1, Lufthansa 334, bye-bye. Rome radar, Lufthansa 334, flight level 370.
Lufthansa 334, Rome radar, identified. Lufthansa 334, contact Brindisi Military 129.775, bye-bye.
Contact Brindisi Military 129.775, Lufthansa 334. Brindisi Military, Lufthansa 334, flight level 370.
Lufthansa 334, Brindisi military radar contact.
Eric 1 Alpha, runway 24, Lufthansa 334.
Brindisi Military Magic Sun 8, Echo Mike, flight level 211.
Magic Sun 8 Echo Mike, Brindisi Military Radar contact. Lufthansa 334, Eric 1 Alpha, runway 24, report ready for descent.
Eric 1 Alpha, runway 24. Call when ready, Lufthansa 334.
Ryanair 6 Quebec, Papa, Brindisi Military, expect PC1 Hotel, runway 25. Expect PC1 Hotel, runway 25, Ryanair 6 Quebec, Papa.
Lufthansa 334, ready for descent.
Lufthansa 334, descend to flight level 170.
Descend to flight level 170, Lufthansa 334.
Meine Damen und Herren, wir beginnen nun mit unserem Landeanflug. Bitte achten Sie darauf, dass Ihr Handgepäck sicher verstaut ist und überprüfen Sie, dass Ihr elektronisches Gerät im Flugmodus ist. Alle Sendefunktionen müssen ausgeschaltet sein. Ladies and gentlemen, we are starting our
I have
approach.
control.
Please make sure that your hand baggage is safely stowed and that your portable electronic devices switched to flight mode. All transmission functions must be switched off completely. Bitte stellen Sie jetzt noch Ihren Rückenlehnen senkrecht und klappen Sie die Tische wieder zurück. Passagiere an einem Fensterplatz werden gebeten, die Sonnenblende zur Landung zu öffnen. Vielen Dank. Ladies and gentlemen, please ensure that your seat is in the upright position and your table is folded away. Passengers seated at the window seat are kindly asked to open the window shade for landing. Thank you.
Descend to 5,000 feet, QNH 1025. Descend to 5,000 feet, QNH 1025, Ryanair 6 Quebec Papa.
Military, Wheeze Malta 2359, descending via Eric 1 Alpha, flight level 335.
Wheeze Malta 2359, Brindisi military radar contact.
Are you ready for the arrival brief?
Go ahead.
Our current weather shows nice VFR conditions, and we've got the arrival and approach for guidance and FMS for descent planning to get down to the airport. It'll be an ILS approach. The runway is dry, and we take the first available turn and taxi to the gate per ATC instructions. Once cleared, we can plan to start the APU for taxi in. The primary threat will be terrain. Any questions?
No questions.
Brief complete.
Military EZ64 Uniform Lima, flight level 300.
EZ64, Uniform Lima, Brindisi military identified.
1,000 to go.
Check. I have control.
You have control.
Lufthansa 334 QNH 1025, expect the ILS X-ray runway 24 with the bento transition.
QNH 1025, expect the ILS X-ray runway 24 with the bento transition. Lufthansa 334.
Brindisi Military Alpine 54 Yankee Bravo, flight level 200.
Alpine 54 Yankee Bravo, Brindisi Military radar contact. Magic. Sun 8 Echo Mike. Contact.
1025. Set.
1025. Set. Passing 17,300. Now.
Checked.
Brindisi Military, with Malta 80 Sierra Mike, flight level 340.
With a Malta 80 Sierra Mike, Brindisi Military radar contact. Lufthansa 334, descend to flight level 160.
Descend to flight level 160, Lufthansa 334.
With Malta 80 Sierra Mike, contact Zagreb radar 124.85. Have a good evening.
Contact Zagreb radar 124.85 with Malta 80 Sierra Mike.
Lufthansa 334, descend to flight level 130.
Descend to flight level 130, Lufthansa 334.
Brindisi Military, Easy 13 Golf Tango, flight level 340.
Easy 13 Golf Tango, Brindisi Military identified.
Approach checklist.
Faro ref.
1, 0, 2, 5. Set.
1, 0, 2, 5. Set seatbelt.
On.
Minimum.
6, 6, 0. Set.
Auto brake.
Low armed.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
Approach checklist completed.
Activate approach phase.
Lufthansa 334, descend to flight level 110.
Descend to flight level 110, Lufthansa 334.
Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Ajiksan 3 Victor Tango Brindisi military radar contact.
Brindisi military Easy 16 Echo Papa. Flight level 320.
Easy 16 Echo Papa Brindisi military identified.
Brindisi military. Itaro 1625, flight level 350.
Itaro 1625 Brindisi military identified. Lufthansa 334, cleared direct Bento, cross Bento at or above 7,000 feet, cleared ILS X-ray runway 24.
Cleared direct Bento. Cross Bento at 1,000 or above to go. 7,000 feet. Cleared
Check.
ILS X-ray, runway 24, Lufthansa 334.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is now secure for landing.
Itaro 1625, Luxy to Romeo runway 31. Report ready for descent.
Luxy 2 Romeo runway 31, ready for descent. Itaro 1625.
Itaro 1625, descend to 9,000 feet, QNH 1025.
Descend to 9,000 feet, Itaro 1625.
Wiz Malta 2359, contact Rome radar 131.1, bye-bye.
Contact Rome radar 131.1, Wiz Malta 2359.
Flaps 2.
Speed checked. Flaps 2.
Gear down.
Gear down. Cabin crew be seated for landing.
Flaps 3.
Speed checked. Flaps 3.
Lufthansa 334, contact Naples Tower 120.905. Have a good evening.
Flaps full.
Over to Tower
Speed
1,
check.
20.905,
Flaps full.
Lufthansa 334. Naples Tower, Lufthansa 334, ILS X-ray, runway 24.
Lufthansa 334 Naples Tower, wind 285 at 3, runway 24 clear to land.
Runway 24, clear to land, Lufthansa 334. Radar altimeter alive.
Check. Landing checklist.
Decom memo.
Landing no blue.
Landing checklist completed. $1,000.
Check.
1,000.
Approaching 2-4.
100 above.
Check.
Minimums.
Continue.
Check.
100 above. Minimum. $300. 200. 100.
Flight slow.
40, 30, 20. Retard. Retard.
Spoilers. Reverse green. Ditch help.
1,200 meters remaining.
70 knots.
900 remaining.
Wind to 85 at 3, runway 24 cleared to land.
Runway 24 cleared to land. Hitaro 1267.
Lufthansa 334, exit left at Bravo.
Exit left at Bravo, Lufthansa 334.
Lufthansa 334, contact ground 121.9er.
Ground 121.9er, Lufthansa 334.
Meine Damen und Herren, bitte bleiben Sie noch so lange angeschnallt sitzen, bis wir unsere endgültige Parkposition erreicht haben und die Anschnallzeichen über Ihnen ausgeschaltet wurden. Der Kapitän und seine Crew danken Ihnen, dass Sie heute Lufthansa und die Starlines gewählt haben. Wir wünschen Ihnen hier noch einen schön verbleibenden Tag oder gegebenenfalls eine angenehme und sichere Weiterreise. Ladies and gentlemen, please remember to keep your seatbelt fastened until the captain has switched off the seatbelt signs above your heads. We and the entire crew would like to say goodbye to you now. We thank you for having chosen Lufthansa and Starlines and wish you a pleasant stay here and, above all, a safe onward journey. Take care, bye-bye, and auf Wiedersehen.
Lufthansa 334, request taxi to the gate.
Lufthansa 334, welcome to Capodicino Airport. Say parking or advise if need assignment.
Request ramp 18, Lufthansa 334.
Lufthansa 334, ramp 18 taxi via Bravo, Tango Sierra.
Ramp 18 taxi via Bravo, Tango Sierra, Lufthansa 334.
After landing checklist.
Radar and predictive wind shear system.
Off.
After landing checklist completed.
Isaro 1267, Ramp 16 taxi via Bravo. Charlie Romeo Tango Sierra, Quebec.
Ramp 16 taxi via Bravo Charlie, Romeo
Taxi
Tango
light
Sierra,
off.
Quebec, Kitaro 1267.
Parking checklist. Set.
Engines. Parking brake or chocks.
Off.
Wing lights.
Off.
Fuel pumps.
Off.
Parking checklist completed.